Hey, church! I'm so excited for this upcoming Sunday, our Welcome Back Sunday, that I wanted to take a minute and give you a preview of what we have planned for worship this program year at the Presbyterian New England Congregational Church. So, in this book by Norman Wirzba, Way of Love, Recovering the Heart of Christianity, church historian Diana Butler Bass writes in the prologue about a picture that she has hanging in her living room. She talks about how beautiful the picture is. It's of a lake and mountains in the distance. But the one thing about this picture is that it's been framed in this gaudy, ornate, over-the-top gold frame. And every time she walks by the picture, she thinks to herself, I need to change that frame. She says the frame's edges are too wide and deflect attention away from the lake at the center, while its metallic sheen fights the subdued tones of the mountains. The point she's trying to make as a prologue to this book is that Christianity has been put in the wrong frame for a lot of us. For a lot of us, it's been a frame of judgment and sin, and it's been focused on mostly where we go after we die. And that the frame needs to change to be about what happens now, here, and how we live our lives on earth. It's a frame that needs to highlight radical love and acceptance, really looking at who Jesus was and not necessarily what white nationalism and colonization has made him out to be over the centuries. So this year, we're doing a whole year of reimagining our frame. Our worship year will be made up of several sermon series of varying topics, and we're going to start this upcoming Sunday with us, with the church. Who are we? Why are we? Why might the church still matter in the 21st century? What does it mean to be the beloved community of children of God in the world? So we'll spend a few weeks talking about church and what it means to be church and do church and live out our calling. Then we'll spend some time, starting in October, talking about radical Christian spirituality, how we live our faith out in the world, how our spirituality can affect how we live our lives, from fighting climate change and caring for the earth, to how political engagement can actually be a spiritual practice. We'll look at Christian anarchy, hospitality, and the sanctuary movement. We'll then rethink Christmas, with all of our beloved traditions intact, of course. But we'll do some thinking about why is the Christmas story told in only 2 of the 4 Gospels? And why did the early church decide to tell the story of Jesus' birth in such a way? And then in the new year, we will have a sermon series called Sacred Conversations on Race. As you know, our anti-racism team has been doing some deep soul searching regarding racism. Our church has been in existence for probably 200 years, 204 years, and I don't know if we've ever talked about race, white privilege, and systemic racism, and what it means for our church and for us as people of faith. So we'll have a sermon series on that. We'll have some guest preachers and opportunities for all of us to engage in various ways. And then this spring, early spring, we'll talk about the real Jesus in a sermon series called Will the Real Jesus Please Stand Up? Jesus has been interpreted and misinterpreted for centuries. We need to really look at who is the real Jesus and what are we really doing here, affiliating ourselves with him and attempting to follow in his footsteps. What does that even mean? So friends, that is just a glimpse of what we're looking forward to in worship. We hope that you will join us. We hope that you will engage in whatever ways you are comfortable, that you'll come to worship on Sunday morning in person or live stream with us on YouTube. Regardless, we're so looking forward to having you be a part of our worshiping community. This upcoming Sunday, we'll have a 10 a.m. communion service outdoors, followed by our regular 10:45 worship service. So friends, we hope that you will join us in this exploration of reframing the Christian story so that it is relevant in our 21st century lives when things feel so uncertain and we need to deeply ground ourselves in the love of God. We hope to see you soon. Take care.